Hey guys, well I've just purchased a Scheppach Mitre Saw. This is the one that's got 340mm across cut and 78mm deep. It was £194 from Screwfix. It's just arrived with a 2-day delivery on it. I also purchased the Scheppach stand that goes with it. This is a 250 kilo one, and it's Scheppach again, so that was a bit dearer than the next one down. I think that was about £109. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to assemble the stand first, see how long it takes. So I've just taken the lid off the box, and this is what it looks like inside. Set of instructions, and a list of parts. So now I'll assemble it and see how long it takes. Well, it's taken me about 5 minutes to put it together. The only thing you've got to do is drop these in, put these in, put these in, and put them on. They're both obviously the clamps for the saw itself. They're now at full extension. So if we go off there, okay, so just over 2 meters, 80-inch roller to roller. It's pretty good. Look at your stock width, if you can see that, maybe 9.5 inches total, 240mm. So there wasn't really any assembly, just drop the things in and put the screws in. Right, I'll put the saw on it and have a look. Right, so I've opened the saw box. There's the saw. There's its number. And the top of the box was clamps, extension rails, and the felt that goes on the back. There is spare brushes and a roll screwed up instruction and batteries for the laser. I'll probably bin those and I'll put them in a remote and put some decent batteries in it. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll lift this out and put it onto there, and we'll see how long that takes. Okay, first thing I notice is these are the bolts that are supplied with the stand, and they go through, and that is, well, that's ridiculous. They won't sawing down. So I might have to find some other bit there. Coach screw. No big deal finding. I might have to saw them down. Okay, the saw itself. The stand's very nice. It's not the best quality in the world. It's perfectly acceptable for what I want it for. Okay, so we had spare brushes. There's the brushes. There's the pull down. What I do notice is I would have expected better from Scheppach. I mean, it wasn't expensive as a saw goes, but I would have expected slightly better quality from Scheppach. Looks like a Chinese one with a Scheppach label on it. There's the laser switch. That's where the filter goes. But I'm not a professional user. It's probably going to spend more time at my daughter's doing her house than it is here. But it does have like a long cut and a very large blade. In fact, that blade's the same size as the one in my table saw, 254mm. So yeah, so I'll set it up, I'll screw it on, and we'll see where we go from there. Okay, I didn't like the bolts, they were too long, so I put a set of hex heads in. You can see in there I put a hex head in, and there's a penny washer in there. I've had to lay the saw on its side to get access to all this. No big deal, it sits in the box quite nicely, but I've done that. What I will measure while I'm here is the slot length, because if you use a different saw on this table, so mounting holes from there to the end of the slot is 3/8, 15 1/4 inches tops. So if you've got a different saw and you're using that, as long as it's that size, it should be okay. Now I'll mount this on there and we'll see where we go. Okay, I've done a test cut. It isn't very good, to be honest. It's not very good at all. And this was cutting left-handed for me. When I cut it right-handed, that was the end of the board. You can see the chip out from the plywood. It's not very good at all, to be honest. I think a new blade's in order. Dust bag, well, that's not worth anything. There's bugger all in there, it's all over here. So, as for squareness, it's pretty square. So there's not much to alter there. But for cutting, it's okay. I just think it needs its blade replacing. I think I'll put in a fruit blade and replace this thing, whatever it is. See if we can find out what it is. Parkside, don't know. So anyway, that's the saw. For the price, all in, that was just over 300 quid with a stand. And this saw, I mean, it's got a big cut. Blade wants changing, needs a new blade. As for the laser, can't really see it in this light, but you can't really see it at all now. Anyway, so that's the saw. Hey guys, well I'm just going up to the end of this video, since I've used this thing in hanging out my daughters. When I was cutting before, I was cutting plywood, hence a lot of the tear out with this blade. Now the plywood I use is cabinet grade Baltic birch. Extremely nice, lovely stuff to work with, but extremely hard. However, so I've got a selection of other woods here to test, and we'll have a look at the cuts. This is an old scaffolding board that I've been using for shelves, hence the hole and the no nails on it. We have a piece of shiplap. This is what I was cutting at my daughter's. Cheap pine that's been cut down a bit. This was a foot off some cheap stand I made. It's the same stuff you get at B&Q. You probably get it at Lowe's and Home Depot and all the other sort of stuff like that. Great Mills, just cheap stuff, about £2.50 for an 8-foot length. Oak. Some cheap pine, and the last one will be this board here, which is ash. So we'll run them through the saw and see what sort of cuts they give. Okay, so start with the first bit. This is the cheap timber. So I don't know if you can see that, it's fairly clean. Tiny tear out in the back. That's not actually too bad. Scaffolding board. Again, a reasonable cut on a cheap piece of timber. Shiplap, where you might see the edge. Again, it's not overly bad. The backer piece may be in order. I'll set that to 0 so I get a square cut. Another piece of cheap pine. Again, small tear out at the back, and if there was a backer block in there, it might change that. oak. It's not a bad finish. A little bit of sanding and be fine. There's a tiny little bit of tear out on the top of that ash. The face itself's quite a nice cut. A little bit of sand in there, round over with a route will be fine. Cheers guys.